Ladies and gentlemen, it was last Tuesday of this last week that 105 legislators sat on the floor of the House chamber, and for the first time they heard these words spoken in the House chamber, and I quote them. Listen carefully. "I believe that our rights come from God, not from government. Our Creator endowed us with unalienable rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And life comes first. I am pro-life." Well, who said those words? None other than the 34th governor of the state of South Dakota, my friend and your friend, Larry Rhoden. Help me in welcoming the governor to the podium.
Thank you. Please be seated. Well, what an honor. I was sitting on the stage before we started, and of course, became governor last Saturday. We had a week of special events, and God had his hand in all of it. And it occurred to me before I come up that this is the first event, the first speaking engagement that I've been invited to that I will do as governor. And I thought, how appropriate is that? Growing up in my family at a very young age, I've said this before, and you've all heard it before, but I had a drug problem. My mom drugged me to Sunday school and drugged us to church and drugged us to Bible study. I went to high school at Sunshine Bible Academy. But I learned at a very young age where our rights come from. And I've talked about that many times at different events. Brad has heard me speaking to a group of 600 motorcycle enthusiasts at the rally in Sturgis at their annual banquet in Spearfish. And I've declared boldly, because it is such a key fact, that our rights, liberties, and freedoms are from God. And I've told them, I don't care if you're an atheist, I don't care if you've never darkened the doorway into a church, you should celebrate that fact, because it's what makes America unique. We are the only government on the planet that recognizes that our rights are given to us by God and not by government. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, but life comes first. I guess you could say I was pro-life long before I got into the world of politics. I first ran for the state legislature in 2000 and served for a total of 16 years. During that time, I was very proud of the fact that I had a pretty solid pro-life voting record. In 2018, Kristi Noem asked me to be her running mate. And I was thrilled at her promise to be the first governor in America to have an unborn child advocate. Of course, you heard from Ian Fury. In the years since, we didn't just wait for pro-life legislation to pass. We sought out the opportunity to pass the very best laws to defend the right to life of every person. And we will continue to have an unborn child advocate for as long as I'm governor. The pro-life movement in South Dakota has a great deal to celebrate. Once again, South Dakota has been the example for other states to follow. South Dakota had the most overwhelming victory over an extremist abortion amendment out of any state in the nation. And I was proud to play a very small role in helping to make that happen. Life begins at conception. Science has proven it, and South Dakota recognizes it. And we will continue to fight to protect life at every stage of development. And you are key components in that fight. But we have to be ready to stay in the fight and protect our pro-life laws, because those who want to change our laws will surely be back again and again. We have to continue to be vigilant. And I promise you that I will use my position as governor to educate our people on the sanctity of unborn life. My administration will continue to focus on taking care of mothers and children both before and after birth. If there are bills to make our laws even better to protect unborn lives, we all need to work together to help get them on my desk. As we look to what's next for the pro-life movement in South Dakota, we need everyone to stay engaged. Keep talking to your friends, your family, and your neighbors about why we do what we do. Be an example of God's grace and His love. I try to pray every day that people would see a reflection of God's grace and mercy in me. I have to say, as I look around the room and see a number of people that know me, some of them are thinking, well, he needs to pray a little harder. and that is certainly true. If we continue to do that and set the example, we will keep South Dakota pro-life for my kids and grandkids and yours. Thank you. May God bless you, and may God continue to bless the great state of South Dakota. Thank you.